Could a handshake in Qatar bring an end to a war that has gripped the world for months, and more importantly, reopen a critical global waterway? It sounds like a diplomatic breakthrough, but the devil, as always, is in the details, and the stakes couldn't be higher. Before we dive into what this emerging US-Iran deal could mean, if you want to stay on top of everything happening in US politics, hit that subscribe button right now and leave a like. It really helps this channel grow and allows us to bring you these in-depth analyses. Now, let's talk about what's happening. We're seeing Iranian officials in Qatar engaged in critical talks. The context here is crucial. There are ongoing efforts, seemingly behind the scenes, between the United States and Iran. The stated goal? To bring about an end to the nearly 3-month-long war that has caused so much devastation and instability. And crucially, to reopen the Strait of Hormuz. This strait is one of the world's most vital choke points for oil transport, and its closure has had ripple effects across the global economy. The reports suggest a proposal is on the table. An emerging deal. This isn't a done deal, but rather a point of negotiation, and with that comes a significant risk. The risk that hostilities could resume if neither side agrees to this latest offer. It's a precarious tightrope walk, where a misstep could plunge the region back into an even more dangerous situation. And adding another layer of complexity, or perhaps clarity depending on your perspective, is former President Donald Trump. He took to Truth Social on Monday to comment on the situation. What he said, or what he's hinting at, could be a significant factor in how these negotiations play out. It's not uncommon for former presidents, especially one as vocal as Trump, to weigh in on foreign policy matters, but his involvement at this sensitive stage raises questions about its impact. Is it helpful, or does it complicate matters further? Let's break down what this could actually mean. If this deal goes through, and the war ends, the immediate impact would be a cessation of fighting. For the populations directly affected, this would be a profound relief. But the broader implications are immense. The reopening of the Strait of Hormuz would be a massive economic boost, easing supply chain pressures and potentially stabilizing energy prices. This affects not just the immediate region, but virtually every country reliant on global trade. Who is affected? Well, on one hand, you have the belligerents in the conflict, who desperately need a path to de-escalation. On the other, you have global powers, energy markets, shipping companies, and consumers worldwide who are all watching this very closely. The success or failure of this deal could reshape alliances, impact future diplomatic efforts, and influence the global balance of power. What are the possible outcomes? The most optimistic outcome is a lasting peace agreement and the full reopening of the Strait of Hormuz, leading to regional stability and economic recovery. A more pessimistic outcome is the collapse of talks, leading to a renewed escalation of hostilities, potentially drawing in more actors and further destabilizing an already volatile region. There's also the middle ground, a temporary ceasefire, a partial reopening of the strait, or a deal that addresses some issues but leaves others unresolved, creating a fragile, ongoing tension. The involvement of former President Trump is particularly interesting. His America First foreign policy approach was known for its unconventional tactics. His commentary on Truth Social could be seen as an attempt to influence the current administration's negotiating position, or perhaps a signal to Iran about what a future U.S. administration might look like. It injects a domestic political element into what is fundamentally a complex international crisis. This isn't just about ending a war, it's about securing vital global arteries and potentially charting a new course for international relations in a critical part of the world. The negotiations in Qatar are a pivotal moment, and the world is watching to see if diplomacy can triumph over conflict. So, what do you think about this? Is this emerging US-Iran deal a genuine opportunity for peace, or a risky gambit that could backfire spectacularly? Drop your opinion in the comments below. I read every single one. This is a developing story with potentially world-altering consequences. Stay informed. Stay engaged.